Hello everyone, welcome to Mishi Arts. Today we are going to learn how to crochet this cute little heart which you can use as a wall hanging, or you can also make it as a keychains. I made plenty of them and everybody likes it. It's a cute little heart that you can make, and it's very easy to follow and easy to make. So let's get started. For making the heart, we'll be needing a yarn. I'm using red color yarn. We'll be needing a stitch marker. We'll be needing a hook. I'm over here using 3mm hook, as you all can see. Here it is. It's 3mm hook, and after that you'll be needing a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors, and some polyester. If you don't have polyester, you can always use your scrap of yarn or anything else to fill it up. So let's get started. We are going to start with a magic circle, and for the magic circle, as you all know how to make a magic circle, we simply have to turn the yarn around, wrap the yarn around your finger and take this ring like this, go through the ring, pull the yarn and make a chain. Now you have to be careful that you have to hold these two strings of yarn together, and this hole we are going to work in this one. So we are going to make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, and you all know how to make a single crochet. You simply have to take the yarn and pull through both the loops which you have on your yarn. So how many I have made? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and this is 6. Now what you have to do, you have to pull the yarn so that the magic circle is closed. Now we are going to work in the spiral, so we don't have to join the circles. We are going to simply start our second row, and in the second row we have to make 12 double crochets. 12 single crochets. This means in the first single crochet we are going to make 2 single crochets. So this is my first single crochet, and if I don't have to forget it, so that's why I'm using a stitch marker, and we are going to insert the stitch marker into our very first single crochet of our second round. So now we have to, I am again doing the single crochet into the same single crochet. So we have 2 single crochets. Now again we have to make 2 single crochets into the next one, 2 single crochets into the next, at the end of the round you will be having 12 single crochets. And see, this is the last stitch of our round, because we have attached a stitch marker over here, and this will help us not to lost, we do not lost our stitch, we do not forget which stitch we have to work from. Now we are going to start the third round. For that we are going to make single crochet into the single crochet of our very first single crochet of our second round, and put a stitch marker over here. So this is our first stitch of round 3, and in this round we will be needing 18 single crochet. So 1 single crochet, and now I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and this is the last stitch of our third round, and we are going to fourth round, and we are going to do 2 single crochets into the very last one. After doing this, in the number of stitches you have at the end of round round 3, like we did 6 single crochets, then 12, and now 18 single crochets. So at the end of the round we are having 18 single crochets. And now what we have to do, I did 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. Now this is our first stitch, and in this round we have to go all the way along with doing a single crochet in every stitch. means no increase, no decrease. You just have to make a single crochet. In total we'll have 18 single crochets at the end of this round. So now when you have 18 single crochets into your very in the first we did 6, then we did 12, and over here we did 18, and this is a round where we did 18 single crochets all the way around. After doing these 18 single crochets, now what you have to do, you have to make 4 more rounds of 18. So means you have done this one round of single crochet, and now you have to make 3 more. So total we will be having 4 rounds of 18 single crochets, and our cup will look something like this. So I did 6, 12, 18, and all the way 4 more lines of 18. So in this way you are going to have this. So let me complete this and show you. So I am back with finishing the 4 rounds of 18 double crochets. Now I am going to remove this stitch marker, and you have to make these in 2 cups like this. So this is one I have already made, and this is the second one. So now what we have to do is you have to join them together like this. And yes, I have left a long tail. I'm going to show you what is the reason for this. So now how you are going to join is that take a stitch of the first cup and the stitch of the second cup, the hook, the loop, and pull it through like this. Now you have to go into the very next stitch, and over here also into the very next stitch, and do a slip stitch. And in this way we are going to do 4 slip stitches. This is my third, and now this is my 4th slip stitch. After doing the slip stitch, it will look something like this, as you can see. Now what you have to do is, you simply have to do a line of single crochet all the way around like this. Okay, so moving on to our next stitch, which is this. We are going to do a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 'Now we have finished doing single crochet into one of our cup, and moving on to the second cup. This is the first stitch of our second cup. You don't have to take this yarn with you. You simply have to leave it and start doing single crochet all the way across. Once you have completed your line of single crochets, you will come to the point over here where we started from. Make a single crochet and attach a stitch marker to it, so that we remember that this is the very first stitch of our round. Okay, so now let me explain. What we did is we attached the 4 stitches of the 2 cups in between with slip stitch, and now we did all the way around single crochets. Now the reason for leaving this tail is that we are going to sew and make a loop. Take your tapestry needle, sometimes it becomes difficult to needle your thread. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to bring it up over here in the center like this. Okay, now we are going to make a loop over here. For that we are going to take a small step and we are going to leave a loop as much big as we want. Like I want that this much loop is enough for me, so what I am going to do it again, I am going to make us and tied it. Oh, I'm so sorry. And tie it tightly. Now take it at the wrong side. Now make a knot over here to secure the yarn, and it's done. You simply have to cut this yarn, or you can also leave it, because as you all know, we are going to fill the polyester in it. Now what we have to do is to give it the heart shape, we are going to decrease the stitches. For decreasing the stitches, what you have to do is you simply have to take as you can see, there are 2 loops, the front loop and the back loop. I am going to work in the front loop to decrease. So we are going to make a decrease in this manner, that you have to go through the front loop of your stitch and hold it on your hook, front loop of the second stitch, hold it on your loop and go through all of them together. So this is called our decrease. Now after doing this first decrease, I am going to make 5 single crochets into the very next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th stitch of mine. Again, I'm going to decrease the decrease. So for decrease, I'm going to take 2 stitches and only the front loop of 2 stitches and go through all of them together. This is our second decrease, and now again 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th stitch. After 5th stitch, again I'm going to do the decrease. Five more stitches of single crochets, and again I'm going to do the decrease. Once you have made the decrease, now what you have to do is, so now listen, you have to you have to be very careful to put the stitch marker, as I put the stitch marker but it drop off, so you don't have to worry if you do not make it, or you can also use a thread for this. I'm using a stitch marker because it's convenient to take it off and put it in. So after this decrease line, we are again going to make another line of decrease. So you have to make, for decrease, as I told you before, how to decrease. You simply have to make 2 half single crochets, like incomplete single crochets, and draw them all together. Now how many single crochets are we going to make? We are going to make 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. After 4 single crochets, again another decrease, that is in the front loop of this and front loop of the very next stitch, and draw through all of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, sorry, this is the 4th, and again we are going to decrease. 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth one. And again, after the fourth single crochet, we are going to make a decrease. 1 and 2. At this point, what you have to do is you can fill it up, because after making this, if you are not going to fill it at this point, it will be very hard to fill in your polyester, because there won't be any more space. So fill it up like this. So as you can see, I have filled the polyester into the heart and it is taking the shape. You can fill as much space there is, as much as you want, and now in further what you have to do is, now you have to make a single crochet and attach a stitch marker over here, so that it is very easy for us to identify where did we start our round from. Now we are going to make a decrease, and after this we are going to make 3 single crochets into our next 3 stitches, and again decrease, 3 single crochets, now again a decrease, 3 single crochets, and a decrease, and a single crochet. Now as you all can see, it is taking the shape of the heart. We are going to remove the stitch marker. We are going to do a single crochet and attach our stitch marker. Now single crochet, decrease. After this we are going to make 2 single crochets, and decrease. Two single crochets and a decrease. Again 2 single crochets and a decrease. After making this decrease, now you can also fill if you want, because it's not fully filled. Now after filling this, now I am going to remove the stitch marker, and now this is our very last round. So in this last round, what you have to do, you simply have to make decrease in every stitch. Like, see, this is the first decrease I did, and I'm going to mark it up. Next, this is my second decrease. See, now at this point it is very hard to work because the stitches are very nearby and it is very difficult to work. So be patient, don't lose your patience in working with this. And that's why I'm also working a bit slow. And this is that you have to take the stitches Only you have to take the front loop, so this is also one of the very task, and you have to keep your hand tight so that the stitches are not loose. See, this is the main basic thing in amigurumi, that you have to keep your hands tight. You have to work as tight as you can. This is the last stitch of mine. I'm sorry that my hands are being touched with the camera and the camera vibrates. So now this is the very last stitch of my raw, and here we go. We have completed our last stitch, and now we are going to take this yarn, fasten off, and now what you have to do with this part, let me show you. You simply have to needle your thread and go through this stitch like this and into the next stitch like this a few more times, and this will be tight. And now, as you can see, your heart shape is ready, and you have to take this tail over here, cut this tail, and here you go. Your tiny little heart is ready. Now you simply have to attach a keychain over here, and it's done. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you found it useful, and do subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and also please do comment on my videos, do share, and have a great day.